We're back now in the kitchen with Chef Troy Camacho from Casual Gourmet at the Culinary Institute of Virginia, and he's making a couple of his favorites for us today. It's an Italian theme, Stracciatella, I learned how to say it, with garlic bread, and I can't wait to get started. I've got my gloves on, I'm going to help out.
Absolutely. No, you're actually going to do it. I'm going to slide to this side.
Okay.
Well, look, the first thing we're going to do is the soup doesn't take very long at all, so we do that in the next segment. We got to get the butter in, right? So you get going. I already parsed it out for you. If you look at what the ingredients are, very light. You have chopped up parsley, right? You actually have diced up garlic. I just showed the garlic
Garlic
there.
always makes it yummy.
You got lemon, right? A little salt and pepper, because the butter we use is unsalted butter.
Unsalted butter.
All right. So you got to make sure the butter gets at room temperature. You want to make it soft. So I did that earlier, so it's really soft to work with. So very easy. All I need you is to mix everything. So because you got gloves on, I'm not going to get in there.
Okay, so
you
go ahead.
I'll throw it. You
I
start
need
mixing.
to go like this?
You're going to start working it.
Okay, and what is the great thing about this butter?
The butter.
My gloves are coming off.
It's all good. Here's the brilliant part about it. During the show, I actually made this earlier. This is actually the garlic butter. This is what we're going to do with it. So
ooh, that looks cool.
you can take your chicken, you grill your chicken, grill steak, do whatever. Think of any flavors you want to put inside of it, and you cut it, put it right on top of the chicken or steak, it just melts right on top of it.
That
so you got your
sounds
compound
so
butter.
yummy.
So you got that.
All right.
Here's the garlic, right?
Garlic, get the garlic in there.
Got to get it in there.
Never can have enough garlic.
Oh, no. So we got that going.
So we're making our own buttery garlic bread.
It is.
That easy, huh?
It is that easy. So I'm going to slide this here
Okay.
now. So this looks good. See how soft it is to work with, though? It's pliable.
So like I said, I'm losing my gloves. Okay.
It's all right. A little lemon, just squeeze some lemon in there. Then when you squeeze it, just make sure you put the actual flat part down in your hand, and that'll help protect from the seeds.
And then just
let it come out.
Exactly. Is that the trick?
That's it. And a little more, and we're good. Just put it back in the bowl.
Okay.
Swish it around a little more.
There.
All right.
All right, a little more squish.
You got that. I'm going to go do the pepper.
Okay.
Crack some pepper in there. Now with the salt, there's no salt in this at all, so I'm going to put some salt in it.
Just a couple pinches.
A couple pinches. I put it on the, I don't know how much butter you're using. This is that's a half a pound in there. We're not eating half a pound, so
Can you
Miss
imagine
Obama's
eating half
just
a pound?
fine. She's
Yes.
fine.
Okay. Okay.
So
And then
listen,
what?
Take this, right?
Okay.
Scoop it out as you can.
All of it?
Yeah. Look, your hand getting all stuck. It's all right.
We're losing the gloves. Okay.
Scoop it. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Right there. What I got down there is actually cellophane.
I'm just gonna roll it.
You sit right there,
Like
and
that?
you can stop right there. You actually pull your gloves off, and I'll do this part.
Alrighty.
So the cellophane's on it. I put it flat. We're gonna take it, roll it over top, and smash it down. Look at this. And you're gonna make a log
look
out of
how
it.
nice and neat that looks.
Right? Look, I stayed clean.
I know.
So you got
I'm a little
that?
buttery.
It's all good. So take it and roll it.
And then
tighten up.
and then you want to chill it.
We definitely want to chill it, right?
And how long? Like overnight, or I mean,
Well, you
how far in advance do you have to prepare this?
Well, actually, if you're going to do steak and all the rest of your or chicken, or even imagine putting this on lobster, right? Just so it melts on top of it. You want it nice and firm so it melts on top. But for us, this log's done. We can say that for later. I know you did a great job there. But in a moment, I'm actually going to bake off the bread, right? Get it nice and warm. We're going to take the butter. We don't want it cold because we want to make it spread on top of it.
Right.
And we'll cook it off, and we'll have that with our soup in the next
Ooh,
segment.
that sounds good. And you know, we've been talking about how this is, you know, your Italian favorites. Why?
Why? Mom's Italian, Dad's Puerto Rican, but Mom always came home, made these kind of things really quick. And when I lived in Italy, that was one of my favorite places to eat. Was a place called Sambuca's, and this is what the man made for me when I came in. So
And when we talk about Italian food, you know, obviously your first thought is either pizza or pasta.
that's not my first thought.
Well, I mean, but you know what I mean? The
you.
common, you know, you think you're going to an Italian restaurant, you're not thinking about having soup.
Right. Well, if you think Italian,
What
think
makes a great
fresh.
Italian soup?
Fresh, really fresh ingredients. So we got actually got spinach, we got the actual nice Parmesan cheese, right, and eggs. That's very simple. And you don't over-season. We'll have no salt added to it, and we may crack some pepper in it, but that's it. Simplicity is everything.
All right, so we're going to get started on that soup in our next segment, and we're going to be baking up this garlic bread, so you want to stick around for that. We're back now in the kitchen with Chef Troy Camacho from Casual Gourmet at the Culinary Institute of Virginia. And he is making a couple of his favorites for us today. We've got an Italian theme going on. We were working on the garlic bread. You saw me kneading the butter and getting that all churned with my fingers. And so we've got our bread fresh out the oven, nice and baked. And now we're going to work on the stracciatella. Yes, and it's a soup, an egg drop Italian soup.
Egg drop Italian soup.
All right, so what do we got in the pot?
Well, this is just chicken broth. Nothing fancy. Don't do anything crazy. Just a little chicken broth. Technique's very simple. we're going to take some of the liquid, temper with our egg. Right?
So we actually take it out of the pot,
Actually take
put
it out,
it in the egg.
stir it in there. What you want to do, if you don't do this, you wind up with scrambled eggs. Right?
Scrambled egg soup. No,
but we're going to want that with the second one. That's actually be a little stringier.
Okay.
Right? So we temper that a little bit there.
So you just take like a little scoop and put it in
Yep. We pour it in here and mix it back in. You see the color coming together. It's not actually making big chunks. It's nice and...
And you want this, the broth to be boiling.
It's actually at a low simmer.
A low
you don't want that real bubbling away.
Okay.
Right, so that's nice there. You actually see I got it on low. Right. Now we're going to come back with the egg itself.
So now this time we're going to drop it in.
Actually straight here. We're going to put a little bit in here. We're looking more towards big chunks of egg going to happen.
So that's how you do that.
Yeah.
And you're saying this is just a great light Italian soup, and you can pair it with chicken, pasta.
Absolutely. Not necessarily fish. It's not a fish dish, but this is very nice with any kind of chicken, pasta. Definitely an appetizer.
Okay.
Starting off. Look at that come together there. The next thing we got to do, some spinach. Make sure one of the things you want to tell people, you go to the store and you buy your spinach, wash your spinach. You see it's in a cauldron and wash it off, then you take a towel and you dry it off.
Right, but sometimes it says, that it's already washed.
That's okay. Wash your spinach. You don't know who touched it last.
Right.
Right, so now spinach goes in. Nothing crazy. It's going to cook with it.
Just to
very
slowly
soft.
drop that in.
All right, last part there. All right, that's about all I'm going to put in there. You'll see it soften up. Now, I got the Parmesan here. I grated it off, saved a little time. I went ahead and did the Parmesan this way.
Okay.
I know you like Parmesan cheese.
Yes, I like cheese.
So we're going to put it here. Now, you see, we didn't
Ooh,
put
look at all
any
that.
salt. There's no salt in this
But
at
the
all.
cheese has some salt.
The
It has
cheese
a
has
salty
salt.
in it.
And make sure you use your soup, whatever chicken broth. You want
That
to either
looks
get
delicious.
reduced sodium, right? So you're controlling how much
reduced sodium chicken broth.
Absolutely, you're controlling
Don't need
it.
to add any salt because in your Parmesan you're going to be adding salt.
Then the last thing you're going to do is a little black pepper.
Can grind that over the top.
Absolutely.
So how long would you let this, all come together once you put the spinach and all these spices and cheese?
And I'd go to serve here in just a matter of moments.
Oh,
Just
okay.
let it steep now. It's cooking. Let it steep. Don't let it keep boiling. Just set it aside. What you do is you actually plate your bowl up, put some spinach in, put some soup in, take the bread, sit on the side. You'll have some here in a minute.
It's a nice little appetizer.
It is. But I want to say, over at the Casual Gourmet, we're doing a lot of great things, a lot of classes. We've kicked in some new classes for the end
Yeah, I
of
was
the
going
summer.
to ask you, we're talking about back to school. I know you guys go year round, but what do you guys have now for the end of summer and gearing up for the fall?
Great. Well, we're doing something one time this Friday at our Newport News campus. It's actually a beer tasting, right, paired with a dinner. So we're actually going to come out, serve you a full dinner at our campus and pair every single course with some kind of beer. And we're doing that with St. George's Brewery. So it's a one-time only.
So it's open to anyone can come down?
Anybody, just go online to casualgourmet.com, buy your ticket, and come on out.
Okay, and when is your next round of classes if someone wants to enroll? When does that start?
Tuesday, Thursdays, Fridays or Saturdays, they're all out there. We're going to kick off something new here, which is actually, instead of just doing classes, I know a lot of people want to do classes.
Yeah.
Some people just want to sit down and watch.
Okay.
Right? So now we're going to do 1.5 hour long demos.
Nice.
And with a little tasting at the end of it. Instead of going out, sit there.
Kind of like what you do here, but taking your time.
Absolutely.
Taking your time.
1.5 hours, just play around, you get to watch, sample, and you can leave. And it's half the price of a normal class.
Okay, nice. Well, if you want to get in touch with Chef Troy Camacho, he's a culinary instructor at the Culinary Institute of Virginia, program director, Casual Gourmet. You can go to casualgourmet.com. You can also call 217-3189. It looks great. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you. Hope you enjoy.
All right, now for the